Morning guys, I'm currently on my way to the hospital for my next appointment. I'm late because I had to drop Luca off at my mum's and he wouldn't let me leave. So yeah, now I'm putting my foot down to get there on time, even though, do you know when you plan like I'm going to be there 10-15 minutes early so I can find somewhere to park? No, I'm literally going to step in the building, bang on my appointment, and I hate it. It gives me such bad anxiety. But yeah, so today I didn't film yesterday because I felt like shit and I just thought I can't be arsed like slapping on a brave face and then just like being like, yeah, I feel great, when I didn't. So I'm just gonna be honest and say I had a really down day. Cried pretty much all day. It was my first day back at work after my week off and it was just brutal. Feeling better today. Had a like semi-early night, later than I wanted it to be. But yeah, feeling a lot better today. I'm on the way now to see, it's still at the same hospital, but see the consultant. So I've got an hour or so appointment with her, and then I'm booked in for a scan with her after. I'm hoping I'm not like waiting around and it's just like straight after each other. But yeah, it's with the preterm clinic, so it's with like a consultant, and then from what I've read online and what I asked at my midwife appointment, they're gonna measure my cervix just to see where we're at with it, and then if it's like, I think she said if it's too soft or something, they'll put like a cervical stitch in just to hopefully get me a little bit further along than I did with Luca, but we will see. Yeah, I'll update you on the way home, and I'm very wary that I've been trying to film like landscape so that I don't have a big gap, but I can't mess around when I'm driving. I've literally just put it on my hands-free thing, so I'm gonna have nice big black lines on either side, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna put some music on, hype myself up to be violated by this consultant. But yeah, I will update you guys on my way home. Wish me luck. Hi guys, I'm back from my preterm clinic appointment. Wasn't what I was expecting. I am a little bit disappointed. So basically they've said the majority of women's cervix now is around 3 to 4 centimetres. Like the upper end of 4 centimetres. So mine's measuring sort of like, I think it was like 3.13 millimetres. So it's not too bad, but she was like, I would be hoping that you would have been like around like at the 4 mark. So they've also said that she was basically just showing me around everything. So I saw baby's like eyes, nose, ears, little hand. I keep saying he, I think it's just a habit of having Luca. So I was like, oh, is that his nose? And she was like, oh, do you know like what it is already? I said, no, we've got like a big gender thing planned. And she was like, I'll keep away from there then, like we won't ruin it. But basically where my cervix is, she was trying to explain it's like a tube or something. I'm not a doctor, I don't really know the ins and outs. But she basically, where there's like a hole and then my placenta's like completely blocking it. So she said obviously something like baby wouldn't be able to get out because the placenta's completely blocked it. But she said we've got time for it to sort of move, hopefully into the right place. If not, my only option would be a C-section, which ideally I don't want because the recovery on them is just brutal, isn't it? I know everyone's different, but like this recovery's worse. Obviously it's surgery. So just gotta wait and see with that. So because of the way my cervix is, I'm going back in September, and she said obviously depending on what it is, then they'll talk about the cervical stitch, which again ideally I don't want if I can avoid. And then they spoke to me about the pessary. Obviously girls, you know what pessary is. So that's not, it doesn't sound appealing, but if it does the job, it does the job. So she basically just said I don't have to decide now, I can sort of wait till my next appointment, see how that goes, and then decide. But then the other woman who I booked it with, who rang me and we had that first initial call, we were on the phone for ages, she was like, but have a good think. And I was sort of thinking like she wants me to have it. So I just asked, is there any like negatives to it? Is there any suggestions that it could harm me, harm baby? Like if anything went wrong, would they say maybe it's because you had this pessary? And she said no. She said it's absolutely no harm, like you're fine, baby's fine. But she said think of it as like a preventative. So she said even though your cervix isn't in terrible condition now, she said you could come back at the end of September and it's like halved, like it's gone down to like 2 centimetres. And she said, and then our only option is like the cervical stitch, where she said if you start this now, you can like prevent it from getting any worse, which I completely understand. So obviously I asked my general like questions, like how does it affect me, like will it affect sort of like my relationship with Ash, if that makes sense. And she was just like, it makes no difference, like you would just literally put it in before you go to sleep, and then that's it. So I'm not seeing any negatives to it. All I'm seeing is like it's an extra thing to help. I'm stuck in traffic and people are looking at me. I think they can see that I'm like talking to myself. So yeah, so I've got that prescription. I just think there's no harm in trying, and then if I go back and they're like, we don't think you need it anymore, or yeah, amazing, it's done its job, like it's got a bit stronger, I'll be happy. But yeah, end goal is to try and get me to 37 weeks. If I get there, I'll be happy. If I don't, we're just gonna make it work. But I'm hoping now, obviously with this pessary, and then obviously whatever happens moving forward, I can get there, which will be good. But then I'm just hoping, like, because with Luca I was also having growth scans because he was measuring quite big. So that's my only worry, like am I going to end up giving myself some massive baby? But we'll see. Yeah, but as long as baby's healthy, that's all I literally care about. Like I cannot deal with like neonatal situation again, like oh my god, it broke me. So yeah, fingers crossed. Also one other tiny little problem, baby is still face down. So when we had our 12-week scan, I nearly said he again, it's facing downwards so you can't see anything. So I ended up like going out the room, emptying my bladder, having like a fizzy drink, having sweets. The poor guy literally had me like jumping up and down. So he said, he was like, I've got everything I need, but I've not managed to get you a picture because you can't see anything. And he's like, obviously you want a picture to take home. So I'm like jumping up and down on the spot. And then now I'm thinking, is that going to happen as well when I have my private gender scan and they're not going to be able to see anything? And then we've got our party the next day. So yeah, a bit chaotic. But we shall see. Other than that, I think that's everything. I'm just going to go and get Luca and then log in to work. Bye bye. Hi guys, so just got back from my appointment, got Lou from my mum's, logged in all my emails. Having a bad hair day for sure, it's all spiking up. But yeah, I just wanted to quickly like add on from the back of the previous clip. Obviously the position I'm in now is having the pessary every night till 36 weeks. Which is fine, it's like, I'll make do, it's not a problem. And then I just wanted to say, obviously, if anyone's had that before or knows anyone that's had the pessary and it's like worked, will you send me like your positive reviews, like how it was for you, whatever, or if you know anyone that's like, it kept the baby in a bit longer is what I'm trying to say. Please let me know. I don't want to hear any horror stories. I can't face it. I've googled too much already. Also with the placenta, so at the minute it's completely blocking my cervix, so there'd be no way of delivering vaginally, which I would want to do. I really don't want a C-section. If anyone's had that like early on and then it's, again, positives please, and it's like moved itself or baby's moved it or however it works, let me know. He's so noisy. Yeah, I just need some like positive stories. I've googled and I shouldn't have, and it's just saying like there's no way, it's just going to be a C-section. I'm dreading it just because like Ash gets like, we're self-employed, like obviously he can stay for like 2 weeks and help me out, but then I've still got like school run and it can be like a 6 weeks recovery, can't it, after a C-section. I'd just be sad, and like I'm big, like I still pick Luca up, I still like carry him and give him hugs and kisses and stuff. Like I just wouldn't want to not be able to like do what I do now with him. Yeah, it's not what I don't know why I'm getting upset. It's just not what I wanted. Like I wanted it to be better than my, like, I feel like I've not had like a normal birth. Because with Lou, it was all like complicated and stressful, and he got taken straight away. Like I really wanted to just deliver and have skin to skin, and I don't know. I'm gonna watch what's it called? Like One Born Every Minute, and watch like C-section deliveries and see what actually happens. Make myself feel a bit better. But yeah, thanks again.